Virginia Roberts has made allegations against you. She says she met you in 2001. She says she dined with you, danced with you at Tramp nightclub in London. She went on to have sex with you in a house in Belgravia belonging to Ghislaine Maxwell, your friend. Your response?
I have no recollection of ever meeting this lady.
You don't remember meeting her?
No.
I mean, the number of people that have ended up lying for Epstein, whose careers have ended up in absolute tatters because of their connections to him. I think we're at the tip of the iceberg. I genuinely do. I think we're at the tip of the iceberg.
I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. We were so afraid we wouldn't be able to interview Kate and Will that also quashed the story.
And I did a big thing in the Daily Mail saying that I believed Andrew, and then I found out he was lying. I was so pissed. No, he was underage girls.
This is a tipping point. It is the tip of an iceberg. I am very sure that if a few more things happen with the royal family, we could be at the beginning of the end of the monarchy for Britain. The Daily Mail have released a number of emails that they've got, in part from Congress, and that is another story in itself, showing that Epstein was still in communication with both Sarah Ferguson and Prince Andrew after he'd been convicted, which completely goes against the story that he gave to Emily Maitlis.
But as soon as something like this comes to light and you realise that if he was still messaging in February after having told me that he broke off all contact in December the year before, then that was in all probability a lie. And if he lied to me in that bit, and perhaps we should have a listen to it, you wonder what else is going on. Let's just hear in Prince Andrew's own words.
And I went to see him, and I was doing a number of other things in New York at the time, and we had an opportunity to go for a walk in the park, and that was the conversation, coincidentally, that was photographed, which was when I said to him, I said, look, because of what has happened, I don't think it is appropriate that we should remain in contact. And by mutual agreement during that walk in the park, we decided that we would part company, and I left, I think it was the next day. And to this day, I never had any contact with him from that day forward.
Never, OK? So he also said in that interview that in December of 2010, I had to show leadership, I had to go and see him, I had to tell him that's it. It clearly wasn't it.
Playing again soon.
Playing again soon.
The Daily Mail then released a batch of emails, some pulled from US Congress files, showing Epstein was still in contact with both Sarah Ferguson and Prince Andrew after his conviction. That alone shatters Andrew's version of events. And we can start off with Fergie. So, for example, Fergie, according to these emails, took money off Epstein for over 15 years and had even begged for £50,000 to £100,000 loans to cover minor costs. And it doesn't end there, because Epstein had been sentenced to jail for sex trafficking and being a paedophile. We've been told repeatedly, both by Sarah Ferguson and Andrew, that they had no contact with him after that event, with the exception of Andrew's trip to New York. When Epstein was released, he had a party, and according to those emails, Sarah Ferguson went to that party and took her 2 daughters. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And we're still not done, because Andrew has been using the police to get dirt on Jeffrey. According to the emails, he approached his own personal protection officer, which isn't private, it's the police, in order to dig up dirt. And it gets worse. Somehow Andrew got a hold of Jeffrey's social security number, which means he was then able to track her down. Time and time again, we see the royal family using taxpayers' money or the taxpayers' police to go and do their dirty work. And yet we're told by the London Met, the head of the police, There's nothing to see here.
What investigation is taking place into the allegations from Virginia Roberts concerning Prince Andrew?
So,
is she to be believed?
So I'm not going to talk about individuals, but what I can say is that I think what you're referring to is associated with Jeffrey Epstein, who I will talk about since he is deceased. And the position there is that we have had more than one allegation that is connected with Mr. Epstein, and we have reviewed those, assessed those, and we have not opened an investigation.
Why would that be? If there are reports of girls, underage girls, being trafficked to London for sex with the Duke of York, isn't that something the Met will want to look at?
What we will look at is there evidence of a crime?
Yes, trafficking someone against their will and having sex with them, even if they are over the age of 18 or 16 in the UK, is a fucking crime.
Are we in the right jurisdiction? Is this the right jurisdiction for this to be dealt with?
It took place in London, so yes. And there were multiple British victims.
And is the person against whom the crime is alleged still alive?
And at the time, yes, she was.
And we have concluded that there is no investigation for us to open, and we haven't.
And it gets worse for the Met Police, because according to Andrew, this picture in front of you may be real, and he's admitted that in the emails he sent to Epstein. And finally, if that weren't bad enough, it appears that Jeffrey Epstein introduced Prince Andrew to a second woman who was another victim of Jeffrey Epstein. So let's just take stock for a second. Andrew says he cut contact. He didn't. He says he never met Virginia. It's looking very much like he did. And the Met say there's nothing to investigate while the evidence piles up in plain sight. I think that's what we call a pattern. Let me know what you think in the comments. And are we finally seeing the cracks in the monarchy, or is this just going to be another royal cleanup? If you liked today's video, please hit that like and subscribe button. It's free and it really helps the channel. In the meantime, I'd like to say a big thank you to all of my Patreon and YouTube subscribers. Numbers keep on growing. I really appreciate that. If you like my video, you might also like my book, Manufactured Fear, available on Amazon. Link in the description.